Hey guys, what's up? I'm Sloth and welcome to episode 3 of my Overwatch guide. If you've missed my earlier episodes, then there is a handy link in the description for the full playlist. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never have to miss a video again. So today I'm talking about team fights, the different phases of team fights, and how to make the most of your callouts in them. I'm going to be using footage of the United Kingdom versus France game in the Overwatch World Cup from last year. Firstly, let's talk about what a team fight is. In simple terms, it's when your team of 6 takes a fight with the enemy team of 6. There are 4 distinct phases to a team fight, and you want to use your callouts throughout each of the phases. I'll give you examples as we go through them, but you can use any callouts at any point, as the more information you give your team, the better. The first phase is known as the poke phase. This is where the attacking team, in this case France, will attempt to take space from the defending team while trying to gain an advantage. The defending team usually try to hold ground in an advantageous location, such as a choke point or a corner where it's easiest to defend. Because of this, the fight usually starts at or just before the choke. During this phase, you'll want to communicate which ultimates you have available to you and which ultimates the enemy team are likely to have, so everybody knows when to engage or disengage. You also want to call out locations of enemies that can cause problems for you, such as a Widowmaker or Bastion. Next is the engagement phase. This phase only lasts a few seconds and is where most eliminations will happen. You will see this as Poco moves on to point to take a position by the pillar. You want to micromanage your cooldowns as you engage to use them at just the right time to gain an advantage. Callouts you want to use during this phase may be asking for peel if you're playing support and need assistance, which enemy cooldowns have been used, such as Genji having no reflect or Hog having no hook, or enemies simply out of position. This allows your team to know how aggressive they can be and what abilities they can use safely. After the engagement phase, you have the longest phase, which is the mid-fight. This is where you will try to put out as much damage as possible and focus fire enemies which may have ults available or pose the biggest threat to you. This is also where you will use your own ultimates if needed to secure the fight. Remember to stay close to your team, as this is where you will most likely split up and target different enemies, so be sure to communicate who is low on health for quick kills. Some heroes do well in longer drawn out fights, such as Zarya, who will gain energy as the fight goes on, which allows her to do more damage, while other heroes do better in a short fight, whether that be because they require damage to be dealt or don't do as well once their abilities have been used. The last phase is the cleanup phase. This is where one team will have a clear advantage over the enemy team. For example, a 3v1 scenario. The losing team still has a chance to win the team fight, however it takes some crazy smart plays to do so, or requires you to survive and stall long enough for the rest of your team to rejoin you at the fight, so don't get your hopes up. This is where you may see staggered respawns, as the first person to die in the fight will now have respawned and joined the remaining members of the team. In most cases, you will need to eliminate the entire team or force them to retreat to either capture or deny the capture of an objective. So again, make sure to call out low HP targets and who is remaining to capture the point as quickly as possible. That's all for today's video. Be sure to check out the videos in my guide. I'll see you all next time. Thank you and goodbye.